It's through the cave of fear that we reach our dreams. Hi, Dr. Joseph P. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes. And today I'm going to share with you some personal stories of my own um, and how I've become who I am today. So, believe it or not, as a little boy, I was very, very shy. I used to cling to my mother's leg and hide behind her. Fortunate enough for me, I had a father who wouldn't let me do that and kept pulling me out from behind her leg and bringing me out in front of everybody. So sometimes there would be phone calls that need to be made. I wanted to run away. He would make me make the phone call. He wouldn't let me run away from things I was afraid of. So fast forward a little bit. So I'm probably about 5, 6 years old, and it's time to learn how to swim. And I was petrified of the water, even though I'm an Aquarian. And so swimming lessons started, and I used to hide in the bathroom until everybody was sick and just hide in the stall. And I'd failed swimming class for I think 1 or 2 years in a row. And then I had some coaches who wouldn't, I guess, tolerate that anymore and came and got me. In other words, by force, they came and got me out of the bathroom and wouldn't let me hide in the stall anymore and got me in the water. And I also have a fear of heights. And so I got me in the water. I started swimming a little bit, and then I realized I was going to be okay. And if I start to go under, they would catch me, and I start to develop a little bit of confidence. It also helped that my parents had a boat, and we used to go swimming, and I'd wear a life jacket. And then being in the life jacket in the water, I could see there's nothing to be afraid of in the water. But I remember the experience of one of my coaches grabbing me by the hand, taking me up to the high dive. And I could tell you, if you put a lump of coal up my butt, by the time we reached the end of that diving board, you'd have had a diamond. I was so petrified and leaped off into the water. And then after I realized I could do it, I was still scared. Then they took me up and I did it again, and I was a little bit less scared. And then I started doing it on my own. So it's through that cave of fear that everything we want's on the other side of it. And what opened up for me was now I enjoyed swimming. And then my parents couldn't get me out of the water. I'd go to the beach and I'd swim all day. And before that area of my life was closed off due to my fears. So that helped me to understand something for myself, that beyond my fear of whatever it is usually what I'm really wanting in life. And I have two choices. I can continue to run away from it the rest of my life, or I can somehow step into it with the courage and be willing to accept all the consequences that could happen, um, including death, for some things. And because swimming you could drown. But if you have an instructor in the water with you, then there's a lot less to be afraid of. That means you have to trust somebody else besides yourself to get you through that loop. So I just want to assure you that I'm not some superhuman person, that I still have fears. I've read many books on it. I've read Mark Divine's book, Unbeatable Mind, how Navy SEALs deal with their fear in battle, and what are the techniques and strategies they use to overcome when your emotions run really hot and you can become petrified, and how do you find yourself again and then get back in action. So you would call that a professional. Professional athletes have to get back into the game and perform in spite of what's happening on the field. How do you fall down, recover, and then get back in the game? Um, I hope to master that for myself and also bring that to my patients and everyone I come in contact with, because what opens up for that person is their fears go down, their confidence goes up, and next thing you know, they have this look in their eyes like they just came alive. They can't believe. It's like a kid opening a present on Christmas Day. It's one of the most incredible things to see when a patient or someone overcomes something that had them stop for a long time. The challenging thing is just like being a lifeguard, that I kind of fought my coaches when they're trying to teach me how to swim, because I was so afraid of swimming and I didn't have as much trust in them as what I should. But then they somehow they earn I I earn or they earned my trust, and I trusted just enough in them to step forward. So I just want to share those things with you today. So if you're facing something that you can overcome it, um, sometimes it takes a great coach to bring you through it, or sometimes you can get it through books. One of the books I'm going to recommend in today's video, a great one's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Dr. Susan Jeffers. And she talks about how every person who's ever done anything great, everyone's afraid. Nobody is not afraid. There's no person's absolute courage. Courage is usually stepping into your fear and doing it anyway, in spite of what you feel. It's stepping up. We might call that character development, or the Bible might call it faith. It's beyond what you know. You're moving into an unknown, so you're going to feel fear, but you're deciding to take a leap of faith anyway. You're going to step out beside your known into an unknown. So Susan Jeffers' book, Feel the Fear, Do It Anyway, is a great read. I suggested it to a few of my patients, and it made a difference in their life. One of my patients who had lots of anxiety, it all went away after reading that book. So hope this video helps you out, and have a great day.